Just like how Teslas are so expensive because of the autonomous driving, these drones are more expensive because of the autonomous flying. Welcome back, I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about the Mini 4 Pro. I finally got it, the Mini. When it came out last year, I felt like I didn't even need it because I had the Air 2S already, and I was really happy with the Air 2S. The 1-inch sensor just couldn't be beat. The Air 2S is pretty small already, I don't need an even smaller drone. It didn't even tempt me to get the Mini 4 Pro. Okay, recently, me and Stephanie, we went to Lake Tahoe, and I was getting the shot of her looking onto the lake. She thought, oh, it's just a cool shot. The cropping just isn't the same. We need true vertical shooting. Instead of using the grid lines, I should have true vertical shooting so I know what I'm gonna get. Okay, fine. Time to get the Mini. Now it's between the Mini 4 Pro or the Mini 3. I knew I'd rather have the Mini 4 Pro because of D-Log. It's okay. D-Log, get that nice 10-bit color grading. And yeah, a stronger connection and better sensors. Omnidirectional sensing. Alright, I'll just get it, even though it's the most expensive. The Mini 3 Pro you can actually get at a pretty good price these days. A new one, cheaper than the Mini 4 Pro, but you could also get used or even a refurbished version. Those prices are really affordable. I'll just get the newest one, that way it will be future-proof. It does have the newer omnidirectional sensors. After I got it and I started doing all these test flights with it, oh man, it's a lot better than I expected. The omnidirectional sensors are actually really legit. They bob and weave through trees like no other. And I actually looked at the documentation, and the sensors can actually sense up to 15 meters away. So it knows when there's stuff around it. It's actually beeping all the time when you fly close to things. It's just letting you know, don't worry, I got this. Especially the focus track, it opens a lot of possibilities. So now it's a lot easier for me to get those transition shots. I can just put the drone up, have it track me around as I move stuff around. You know, when we're traveling, we have a lot of gear and we have to move it all around. We want to set our tripod down so we can get the shots of us moving. But dude, there's already so much to move. I don't want to set the tripod down. But now we could put the Mini 4 Pro up and it could just follow us around. How cool is that? Yeah, it's not perfect, but there's some shots that are usable. The omnidirectional sensors along with the focus tracks makes the Mini 4 Pro worth it. At first I was kind of bummed. I got the Mini 4 Pro just because it was new, but after I started flying the Mini 4 Pro around, I got to see the active track 360. I'm just like, oh, okay. I got really excited about it and I couldn't stop flying it. We went on a trip to Big Sur and I thought, okay, I could do Mini 4 Pro versus Air 2S because the Mini 4 Pro is supposed to have that new imaging system that's supposed to look really good, and I wanted to put it up against the 1-inch sensor of the Air 2S. But I didn't even fly the Air 2S because I had such a good time flying the Mini 4 Pro. Again, with the focus track, you can focus on your subject and you can do spotlight. That's when you focus on something. I'm doing this gesture because that's the drag select you need to do to activate the focus tracking. Select your subject and then you can pilot it manually. It'll just lock onto your subject and you can do all the cool cinematic shots that you want. And your subject will be on the spotlight. I've been flying these DJI drones for 4 years now. I try to get all the cinematic shots manually, but there's always something just like a little off when I fly manually. I have my subject and I'm trying to fly around it, but it's just like slightly off. But now with the spotlight, your subject is locked on and get your cool cinematic movements without worrying about having to pitch your gimbal or having to make sure the yaw is on balance with movement. I got really used to using it. Really making use of that autonomous flying. It's the best of both worlds kind of thing. It says on DJI's website that this is for advanced pilots, but the obstacle avoidance is so good that it makes it very beginner friendly. If I was looking into my first drone, I would just get this one. That way it'd be future proof and you'd have all the nice functionality to grow into. Put it in nifty mode. It does its best to get that smooth cinematic flying. The gimbal can be a little sensitive sometimes, a little too active. I was trying to follow these BMX bikers and they're doing jumps on the hills and the gimbal is just looks up and down when they're doing their jumps. It's like, dude, that's not necessary. It wants to track the subject so bad, but come on, that's too much. Some shots have a little too much attitude, but for the most part, you can get some good shots, especially with stationary objects. I knew I wanted D-Log and HLG. I'm usually flying the Avoidance, so I'm really familiar with the D-Cine-like. It's not enough. What I'm really curious about is how does it do at night? DJI says it has a new imaging system that performs well in low light. I'm gonna test it out and see. DJI Mini 4 Pro has true vertical shooting. I'm gonna be focusing a lot on Instagram now and short form content to use some true vertical shooting. When you're shooting in vertical mode, your field of view is a lot different. It's much more narrow. You can't see what's on the side as well. Vision system, it got you covered. Get your shots without worrying about what's beside you. It's like walking around like this, but then you have vision systems that got your back. Mini 4 Pro, you can get the Intelligent Battery Plus. That way you'll have 45 minutes of flight time. That's enough for you to get horizontal shots and vertical shots. You have so much flight time. Or you could do 4 10-minute flights. That's 4 different spots you can get. You can track stationary subjects or moving subjects, but that's just limited to vehicles, boats, and people. So is the Mini 4 Pro worth it? Yes, it's worth it. The focus track along with the obstacle avoidance, autonomous flying, just like how Teslas are so expensive because of the autonomous driving, these drones are more expensive because of the autonomous flying. It just opens up more possibilities for you to capture different kinds of shots. On top of that, it's less than 250 grams, so you don't have to worry about remote ID. That's always nice to have one less thing to worry about. DJI image quality you can rely on. And that's it for the Mini 4 Pro. If you're interested in this kind of content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.